Well, howdy, everybody. Hey, Miss Esmeralda. I don't know when you were on, but I wanted to say hello to you. Thank you for all the nice things you've said. I really appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind, I don't know what's going on with my camera. It's acting kind of funky. It's got like a line. I don't know if you guys could see it or not. It just probably needs to be wiped off. It bothers me. But yeah, hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? How's your day? Here we go. I think that's mic'd off. Hey, Chance. How you doing, sir? How you doing today? How's everything by you? For me, it was kind of a Rodex style day. It was all kind of, ugh, ah, but it's okay. It's okay. Yes, please smash the like buttons. Thank you very much. Oh God. So, Chance, what's going on with you? You doing any projects lately? You busy in something? Hey, Jojo. How you doing, Miss Lady? How you doing? How's Mr. Licky? He's my favorite. Mr. Licky is her is her little dragon. He's cute. Um I keep on forgetting, is he a gecko? Yeah, I think he's a gecko. A bearded gecko, if you told me right. Yeah, he's great. He's cool. I got a picture of him somewhere I'll have to post for you folks of him doing the Saturday Night Live stance like John Travolta. Like that. Oh my gosh. So yes, if you would like, hit my thing and we'll go on. I know, right? The whole town is like in flames, and I don't know, but I know that I speak to this one young lady. Her name is Miss Elizabeth. At least that's what Dave calls her, Dave Sundstrom. And I've been thinking about her. Hey, Snarky, how's it going, lady? How are you feeling today? Yeah, so I don't know. She lives in Los Angeles, so I'm kind of worried about her. I sent her a text, but I haven't heard back from her. So who knows? I'm just sort of here. So she wants to say something. That's pretty good. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I would like to hear from her in one way or another because she kind of worried me. Yeah, yeah. Miss Snark, how you doing? You feel better? That's good. I think I'm reading that. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I thought I'd get on and talk to everybody, just say, hey, I'm here. I wanted to do my Christmas present to you folks, but it's looking more like a Valentine's Day present because it got kind of ruined. I'm still learning StreamYard as I'm going. So I think I hit delete accidentally because now I can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to have to redo it. Like I say, it's probably going to be like a Valentine's Day gift. But I plan on doing more uploads, and I plan on doing more, really kind of funky, things. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Happy 1000 or chance. Woohoo. Uh, Getting dry in my room. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Poor Wendy. Jeez. That's a shame. Oh my God. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance on me. ABBA. I love ABBA. They had some good songs. I like them still. I don't care what people say. And yes, I love, don't get me wrong, I love a lot of rock and roll. I love, alternative, progressive, you name it, I love it. And especially like the oldies but goodies. And I like disco. I like hard rock. I like punk rock. I like alternative. I like goth rock, even grunge rock, and all that, along with rhythm and blues from like the 80s. when people used to sing songs. So I'm kind of stuck in the old timey thing, anyways. But I plan to do with my videos is hopefully what I'd like to do is get an intro and an outro to my feeds and my lives here, so that I could do them properly. And like I said, I'm just been studying up and studying StreamYard, and I got regular StreamYard, so that should work fine. I don't have the premium, but I don't have the free either, so that kind of loosens me up to learn a little bit more. You're at the Dollar General. You buying a General Dollar? Yeah, you like yeah, rock and roll is pretty cool. Queen is your favorite rock band? Oh man, yeah, I like that too. Queen is great. Yeah, nobody had a voice like Freddie Mercury other than Freddie Mercury himself. He was pretty good. I mean, I like the octaves he used to sing in. He used to sing in like what they say 4 or 5 octaves. That's amazing because like hardly anybody could do that now. It's an unbelievable thing. I sit there and I watch, a lot of documentaries, and it's like unbelievable when you see something of that talent come along, and it's only like once in your life, which is pretty much the way all things go. I have a show when I can. Oh, okay. So, Miss Esmeralda. Yeah. I mean, I just like doing this. I like showing you folks the older times. And I know that my friend Dave Sundstrom on his channel did a little thing about Lucille Ball. And it was called The Forgotten Husband. I would recommend you guys go and look for Dave Sundstrom because he's got a lot of Hollywood knowledge. But he brought up a thing called The Forgotten Husband. And The Forgotten Husband was a series on radio that involved Lucy and another actor. I can't think of his name right now, but I'd like to do more in depth on that than Lucy because everybody's done I Love Lucy to death. But yeah, I would really like to do that. Um, that would be so cool because like I think it's got a lot of interesting material. Yeah, I do have another. Am I on that? No, I'm on the TTFM, but that's okay. I yeah, I just come to this one. Oh, I've been there. Hey, Mr. Tug, how's it going there, Eric? I see you're making your kid do all your heavy work. Man, I didn't know you lived on a slope. I'd be scared to be going up that icy the icy sidewalk in front of you. I tell you that. Yeah, Lucy with Ricky. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I would go to Dave Sundstrom's show though. I like that the fact that he mentioned that because I was thinking about doing something like that, but of the radio show, not of the TV show. The radio show she had before she and Desi had the show on CBS. I thought that would be a really cool thing to do, and see where things come from. So, Mr. Tug, how you doing? Oh God, yikes. You close to the Mississippi? Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. I'd be scared. Yeah. It's pretty low lying ground over there. I mean, I've been to St. Louis a bunch of times, and I tell you, it's unbelievable. I mean, like, I went there a couple times, and the times I were there kind of ticked me off because the ark was not open to the public. I don't know why. I guess they were doing servicing or maintenance 2 times, and I wanted to go into the arch, you know, and I like how like it kind of like they say the Mississippi separates the east from the west. Like all your TV channels east of there start with a W, and all of your stations going west of the Mississippi are all start with K. So it's kind of funny how I learned that. I mean, I was in broadcasting for a while. Actually, my original thing in college, my subject was radio broadcasting. So, so I tend to know a lot of things about, especially about Chicago radio, but I know a lot about other radio stations too. I know stuff about TV stations. I mean, my mom worked for CBS TV for a while, so I know all about that kind of stuff. Do you even know? Oh, yeah. I hope she's okay. Yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, yeah, the W and the K are pretty good. I just think that that's an interesting factoid. I mean, when you grow up in the Midwest, all you think is W this, W that. But then, you think about it and there's more to it. But yeah, I really appreciate you all being here. That really means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow this little baby of a channel. Like I said, I was just testing out some information yesterday to see how things were going. So I wasn't really live yesterday. I was only on just to see how some technical things on StreamYard work. So I was playing around. I might use Tracy's fractured history more too. It just depends on the day. Yeah, you were for Cumulus Media? Okay. Major Atlantic. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's it. See, and I was just like doing things, in Chicago, like interning at a progressive rock station at one point. So, I mean, that was sort of my thing, but I was also a good graphic designer at one time too, because I grew up doing art. And I went to a small art school in Chicago called Columbia College. And that's where I learned my trades. So, I mean, I had a dual major, actually, a triple major. This is how it worked: radio broadcasting came first, graphic design came second, and interior design came third. But the one I have the BFA in is BFA in graphic design. So that's where I kind of uh, get get the best of my life, so to speak. That's the true me. But I also like going on the radio too and saying hey to people and stuff. Oh, and I don't want, I play it down a lot because, I come from kind of like media royalty in a way from Chicago. My dad was a known artist. He worked for Playboy for a long time during the 60s, during its heyday in Chicago. So he was doing illustrations, and my mom was working CBS. And I could tell you one thing, yeah, yeah, Playboy has a lot of really nice looking people. I mean, the women, of course, but there's also the guys who are just as good looking who walked the floors there at the time. So my dad's seen it all, and my mom's seen it all working for CBS TV. But I'll tell you one thing, they always came home to each other. That was the main thing. They never had anything like, you know, this or that. So my parents were together up till 38 years when my mom passed away. Her anniversary of her death is next week, and I'll be lighting up a yurtside candle for her. That's a little memory thing that us Jewish people do. It starts at sundown the night before and goes to sundown the second night of the night she passed. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week. One time, yeah, one time I think Chicago was number two. It was the second largest market in the nation. I mean, that's what I was told. But they've been trying to kill radio stations back home. I know, like I'm not into country, right? But they have been trying to back home. They're trying to kill this one station, which is a country station. It has been for many years. And the funny thing about it is they keep on trying to kill it so that it goes off the air. But for some reason, it's endured. I think it was like 100.7 or something on the dial. It's an I mean, because nobody really listens to it, in Chicago proper, but there are people who listen to it out in the suburbs. I'm sure we have some Chicago fans of country. I mean, I can't say that, but there's just a lot of people but it's not very popular there, that. And, we've had some Christian radio stations that got knocked over, so they weren't even a part of it. Uh, Los Angeles, oh yeah, no, now it is a number two. Yeah, yeah, my mom was great. She was a crazy lady, but I loved her. You just didn't want to piss her off. She was a crazy lady, but I loved her. Yeah, since all electronic yeah, manufacturers and yeah, and pinball machines. That's right. That's right. Oh my gosh, and so many pinball machines. I'll tell you. I mean, I knew of one guy who worked at a pinball machine back home, and it was just crazy. I mean, you don't really know what an art and a skill it is to create those things because that's not exactly an easy job. And he did a lot of design work on that. I think his name was Jay. Oh yeah, my um, see, he was a friend of our family actually, so I think he did that too. But he did not work for Playboy. My dad did. Playboy Pinball was fun. Yeah, things were fun back in the day. I mean, now they have like I don't know if you notice this, but like a lot of malls per se, if you're not in the mall general, um, I've been showing a lot of dying malls a lot on YouTube as well, and in the news and stuff. How many malls are still existing. It just amazes me how most of these malls up to today even have arcades in them. And the funny thing about it is they're all empty because a lot of these kids now have all these new gadgets like the PlayStations numbers one through infinity to play on or whatever, and nobody ever, you don't see the kids in the arcades. What freaks me out is you don't also see them on the streets playing pickup basketball games either. I mean, when I was a kid, it's usually where we were, and even in the 70s, we're all playing on front of our sidewalks or doing something funky. So, that's, I guess that's the times that are changing. Yeah, you have a lot of them there. You see, those are the bars, but like what kills me is the seeing the malls and like how many stores of the malls are not even open anymore. Food courts are dying. I mean, it's unbelievable. And all that space. It just makes you think. I mean, like if that could be repurposed for something. I was always thinking about that, but not necessarily, like they're trying to get like nursing homes or retirement homes or villages in those areas. And sometimes they'll take the mall itself and recreate something different into it. I don't know. It's crazy, crazy. So I don't know, but I wouldn't want to live in a mall. Uh, yeah, I hope so too. Because those fires are no joke. It's serious. And then they said they were picking up Santa Ana winds. Most of my family is in Los Angeles, and in like Palm Desert, Palm Springs area. So, I think about them all the time. So I just hope that everybody's okay out that way. It's a scary thing. And like I said, the Santa Anas are no joke. Those are pretty strong winds. I mean, it could be even windy without having fires coming off there. And I tell you, they could almost knock you over. They knock over old ladies all the time walking on the street. So I tell you, it's a whole different thing out there. But seems like lately their land is just becoming more and more scorched. And there's really nothing you could do. I mean, I wish I could send any kind of rain that we have up that way because it's just terrible. What is this? No water. Yeah, yeah, no water in the fire hydrants. And check this out. They said over 1 million people have no electricity either. It's kind of crazy. I was saying earlier in this little pot, this live here, I'm coming up with something about, like I said, not Lucille Ball's I Love Lucy, but the radio show of My Favorite Husband. I want to get started into that. And that was supposed to be my Christmas present or Christmas treat to you folks, but unfortunately, the first version, like ixnayed. It got nixed really bad. I hit delete and I did something with StreamYard. So that's why I'm testing things on StreamYard. Yesterday I was doing that for a good part of the day because I didn't want to, I wanted to know things like I know that I could add my logo when I go, off camera and things like that. Let me see if it works if I do it and I'm the one speaking. And then I'm going to learn how to add people onto my site too so I could have some people say, hey, VNA, what's up, girlfriend? If you're here, I like yous. So I'll have him. Oh no, oh no, oh no, VNA. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That really sucks. I really love. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. If Tug, if that's really what you're saying, good golly, Miss Molly, that is so crazy. And yeah, you see, that's the thing. Their land is just totally bad. I mean, it's totally bad. And so, like I was saying, I would like to create that video as my Valentine's Day treat now. So, actually, that sounds like a better plan for Valentine's Day. I know I'm slow in doing my little shorts for you folks, but I promise to do a little bit more. And yes, I'm learning a little bit more how to use the StreamYard. I don't have the StreamYard free anymore. I have the regular middle of the road StreamYard. So that's what works for me. But the idea is I want to get to learn it a little bit better than I can. But I wanted to check something. I'm not going off screen for forever. I'm just checking something. Oh, cool. It works. Okay, that works. So now you guys could see my little love of my little old-timey theaters. That's great. I'm glad it does that. So now when I'm on somebody else's live and I need to go outside or get some water or something, I know that like you guys could, see that I just took off for a little bit because before it didn't say anything. So, and I was asking Miss Sarah, who's really cool. She's got a great website, My Flock. You gotta check her out as well. And I always give people kudos. If you have a channel here, like Nostalgic Podcast does, and so is Tug, they both have wonderful channels. I mean, if you want to, you could add in your own links to your own channels on my site. I mean, you're helping me, so I'm helping you back. What's fair is fair. So I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I don't know how to make wrenches yet, but as soon as I can, I'm going to be. Yeah, see, that's it. That's it. That's, I mean, that is truly it. You got it right, Eric. Totally, 100% I agree with you. But I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm catching on. Anytime, Chance, anytime. If I mean, you guys help me, so like what's fair is fair. And Sarah is pretty cool. Sarah told me how to do some stuff in here too, which is really nice. Isma, like I say, it, comes around, goes around, if you're going to be a decent person, you're going to be a decent person. And that's the way I want to be. I don't want to be, one of these people that hates people or like Thrash said that he once put his information or talked about his information on screen and the host of the live got ticked off about it. I'm like, are you serious? You got to help one person out to help another person out, in this world, it's crazy. And I was kind of upset and I won't never subscribe to that person's YouTube ever. I'm not going to mention names, but it was just pretty darn sad and it ticked me off. And Thrash has a good one. Thrash Pondo Ponds. Should check him out. He has got a really cool channel too. And if you like interesting trivia games that are super hard, he's your man. Because like sometimes I'll get some of his, and sometimes I just won't get any. So I kind of get all kind of funny. Exactly. That's what I always say. Well, have fun, Tug. Eat up. Have a good time. Have a good dinner. Aw. and say you are the coolest. Oh, oh, that's really sweet. I appreciate you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys because you guys were helping me out. And I mean, you didn't really know me that well at the time, but like when we had COVID going on, Dave's channel and everybody else's channel, and all that pretty much helped me out and get me through it because being at home and I was working 14 hours or not 14, 14 months here at home and my husband was too, for our jobs and it was just miserable. It's like what can you do? You can't go out. All the shows are closed, all the restaurants are closed. The only thing open is the internet and that's the things I like. Also, another person's channel you should check out. I call him the pop culture enthusiast. The best one ever is Scott on Tape. He's from Canada, so he's an import. He knows so much about this country and he knows so much about pop culture in this country. It's almost scary. It's like he should be an American, but he doesn't want that, and I don't blame him right now. But yeah, Scott on Tape is great. I mean, he is really good. Snarky, it's okay. Take it easy, Chance. Or, oh no, you're staying with me. Okay, okay, I see. Bye, at Apologetic Geek. I'm so silly. So my flockade, Sarah, I was just talking about your channel. I was saying people ought to subscribe to your channel. You do a lot of cool things. She does a lot of really beautiful music too. I mean, like stuff that like takes at your heart. It's kind of haunting sounding, and it's so good. It's so good. Check her out. And she's got these beautiful birds, everything. So yeah, I really like watching her. And she does all these like artistic kind of things. And she's also helped me out a lot on this StreamYard thing. So that's great. I mean, like I say, you got to help another person out. I mean, they're helping me out, so I got to help them out too. Yeah, so I mean, here in Florida today, it's been roughly in the 40s, uh, maybe as low as like maybe during the day, it was mid 40s, maybe to upper 50s. And then at night, it goes down to about 30 here. So people down here are having a cold blast. They don't understand it. Luckily, I'm from Chicago, so I feel kind of like I know how to dress in this weather. So I'm sitting here with my turtleneck on. I've kept some clothes from Chicago when I came down here because I thought maybe if I have to go back up, at least I have them and I don't have to pay for anything anymore. So, yes, I don't know. Is it like that all around the country? I mean, has it been really cold where you guys are? I mean, I know in St. Louis, where Tug is from, I know it's cold up there. But in Atlanta, let me ask you this. Um, Chance, does it ever snow in Atlanta? Do you guys ever get snow? I'm just curious about that. You guys are like 5 hours away from where I'm at, just straight up almost the street from me. So that's why I ask. 60, oh, 5. Okay, okay. Does the temperature go down, Sarah, where you live at night? Because here it gets down to about 30 sometimes. Oh, wow. Stupid cold. That sucks. Yeah. Rarely, but snow. Oh, it's coming this Friday. Yeah, I was just curious about that. I'm like, because I've actually, when I was coming down here, excuse me, when I was coming down here to Florida, I'd always have like a layover in Atlanta because this is Tallahassee. It's not like going to Fort Lauderdale or going to Miami or any of those places. I'm what they call Southern Georgia. So, long story short, I'm like an hour away from the state line to Georgia. So, long story short is we get a lot of seasonal weather versus most of the state, but when it gets to summer it's hot as Hades here. It's like what they say about the deep south is no joke. It is totally hot and it's humid. I mean, you could almost cut the air with a knife, and sometimes you could almost feel the water in the sky on your hands. That's how crazy it is. But yeah, I mean, you learn how to dress, and luckily I'm from North, so I know how to dress up pretty good. I wouldn't say the North necessarily. I'm going to take that back. Chicago is Midwest. It's not the North. North to me is like where Thrash is and Delaware and Vermont and Maine and Boston and all those places. To me, that is maybe two Christmases here, all over. Wow. Uh, like a little dusting comes. Oh, okay, okay. That's pretty interesting. That's what I thought in Southern Texas. Now I know that you are not like where our friend where he lives. Oh gosh, I'm losing my mind here. Escaping the mouse, Breck. He he's in Waco, isn't he's another YouTuber. He's a pretty decent guy. He has a lot of interesting things. He's an interesting young guy. He's got a lot of stories. You guys should watch him. He knows a lot about certain things too, and he's just really, really a decent guy. But the funny thing about it is where he's in, it's far from where you're at, V&A, but he gets like the cold, like our weather, sort of. He gets it where it's cold at night too, and then whatever it gets up to in the in the highs, we get that kind of weather 2 days or so after he does. So his his weather's almost like ours. Oh, he's 2 hours from you. Oh, okay. Well, you're closer than me. So yeah, okay, okay. But yeah, it seems like we get, most of our weather from the west. Sometimes we get the east, but not very much. We had the storm. Wow, you're kidding. It was only, wait, wait, 1900. Oh, it happened in 1993. It was just a feet of snow and it shut down everything. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I mean, back home in Chicago, when we had to get out and walk to school. At least I know I had to. And luckily, I lived 4 blocks away from the high school. But I tell you, we drudged in snow, ice, everything. If you didn't fall down on your butt at least one time in winter, you were totally out of it. Yeah, I mean, like I say, where you live, it makes you stronger. But nah, I just tell everybody keep warm and be careful. Get a lot of fluids, even though it's cold out. Still got to drink water, and if you really don't feel like going out, but you do want to have some sun rays coming at you that for that D, you go to your window or the nearest window you have where you see a lot of sunlight come through and sit in that for like about an hour or something. Grab a chair or sit down on your floor or whatever makes you feel comfortable. That's the best thing to do. Spring break. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, we don't have any places for spring break here either. I mean, they had spring break in Panama City, Florida, but they've really cut down and scaled down on that. They don't want all the kids starting a brouhaha, their way because like every time they go there, it's like they're rambunctious, they vandalize and they steal, and it just it's insane. So they're trying to bust that down, and I know they're trying to do that with Daytona too, because it could get really crazy there. Wow, for 5 years when it's when snow is oh my gosh, that's crazy. You guys have salt up your way there? Chance, I was just curious because that's what we use on our roads. Except the problem with salt. Now there is a problem with salt. Problem with salt is if it goes back down under 32 degrees, you get a nice hardened, you get a nice like glazed donut per se. The streets are glazed with black ice. This, everything is still icy. And if you have to get up early in the morning and it's still below ice, you're going to fall. You're going to slip on that because the salt only works to a certain temperature and then it doesn't work. So I had a landlord who threw so much salt down that his steps were so icy it felt like almost like I was going up a kind of like up an ice pole. It was really scary. And yes, I fell down and broke my coccyx and had to go to the hospital for a physical therapy on that too. It's crazy. State of the century. Oh, well, yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, see, yeah, Texas is a big state. I just like how everything's back in Chicago time there. I always call it Chicago time, even though I know it's Central time. It's in, so I mean, the whole state, with Texas, I always say there should be like three time zones in of itself. Yeah, I'm just joking. I know a lot of people don't like this thing with the clocks where you turn it back and forward and turn it back and forward. That could be a little pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. And so otherwise I'm doing good. I've got things I'm working on for you guys. Um I don't know, I've got a little mini Pez collection of things. I don't know how and why I got them. I just do. I have four of them. I gotta share them with you guys. Okay. So here's Santy. There he is. He has no Pez in because I took the Pez out. I didn't want them getting moldy. And then here's like the witch from like I guess she's from Wicked. So here she is. I love Pez containers. I used to love this one as a kid. And I showed you Santy, so let me show you Snowman. I am a weird person. I collect a lot of strange oddities. And yes, I also have a lot of books. If I dump my background, you'll see that I got a ton. And I like to read. And I've got like books that I'll show you sometime. I've got a book that was on oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's great. That is great. That is great. I congratulate all you with that. I really do. And I've got like TV books and movie books. I've got a Saturday Night Fever book. I've got a That Girl book from the time. These were all printed in the time they were. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but there was a movie back in like the early 70s. It was a made for TV movie called Sunshine. It was about a woman who was married and she had a child, but they told her not to because, she had cancer. They found out she had cancer, but she still wanted to have the baby and she had the baby, and it just shows like a slice of life out of their life, and it makes me cry every time I see it. I also have one from room 222, and I thought I had the boy in a plastic bubble, but I don't know where that's at. I have a MASH book from Hooker himself, Richard Hooker. So I've got collectibles and things like that, and I was always raised to appreciate antiques and things, and that's why I like a lot of older TV because I think it was written a lot better back in the day. I'm also getting hooked on Chance's little thing here. You got to see it, guys. It is hilarious. It's called Space Giants, and they got a creature named Rodak. I swear to God, looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss. I kid you not. And and he's the bad guy, and I kind of actually like the bad guys. But then there's also the good guy. His name is Goldar. Okay. And Goldar to me kind of almost reminds me of David Bowie when David Bowie was dressed as like a lady, so to speak, or when he had long hair and he was in Labyrinth. Oh my god. It's just like almost like they almost match up. I'm gonna put that on my Facebook page so you guys could see that with Goldar, because like I said, he reminds me of David Bowie, but really, 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 Rodak looks a lot like Gene Simmons. I mean, separated at birth. It's funny, but I love that show. I mean, he's got me hooked into it so much, and I kind of enjoy it. It's like stuff from when we were kids, and I think I missed that because I don't think they ever aired that in Chicago. So, what can I say? Yeah, he did. His mom, the woman who played his mom, was on three. Not three. She played on Eight Is Enough. She was the original mom on Eight Is Enough, and then she passed away, and she died from cancer. Yeah, in real life. Yeah, that was pretty sad. She was like his first real true love, and yeah, I found that out way early in my life, so that was pretty sad. That was pretty sad. Yeah, so, chance, if you have a chance, you could put in a little bit about, what the Space Giants were. I mean, I could basically say it too, but it's like a science fiction show from the late 60s, kind of like mid 60s, early 60s. I don't think it was ever in black and white. I think it's Japanese, and it's a really, really cool thing. Oh my gosh. I have to see that YouTube. Yeah, that watch show if it's still online. I don't know, but yeah, I liked Ultraman and Godzilla too. But Godzilla I like because he's just fun. But yeah, I always like Tyrannosaurus Rexes when I was like a little girl. I don't know, I was a weird kid. But yeah, I like dinosaurs. That was my big thing. I collected a lot of dinosaurs books. Like we had a book back then called Dinosaurs Do's and Don'ts. Like dinosaurs pick up their laundry after your laundry is done. And they dinosaurs put back their toys. It was a kiddie book, and I think I read that when I was like 8 years old or something. It was so funny. But yeah, yeah. So I was saying it's from the '60s, and I just appreciate that. So it's retro looking and everything about it's retro. I mean, my favorite my favorite style of a house is a mid-century American. I love the mid-century look, and that's exactly what they are like. They're like it's like watching stuff from that time. Thank you, Snark. I will be your friend. Yeah, you gotta see this. It is the stuff I put in there is crazy, but I like a lot of different things, like, and I watched this other couple. I could watch anything from pulp pulp fiction to like serious things. Like I was watching Carter's tribute on TV today, or on YouTube and speaking on live and stuff. But then there are a lot of ones I listen to. I think they're pretty cool too if you're into history. Um, oh gosh, Frontier Patriot is a really good one to watch, and Early Americana. It's about a husband and a wife. They're reenactors from like they reenact from this from roughly around the 1800s, like early 1800s and late 1700s. And she cooks over the open fire like they did back in those days. Everything is almost, with the exception of them doing YouTube, is right spot on to the date. So it's a fun thing to watch if you ever want to watch it. It's great stuff. Space. Oh, really? It was first Transformer with. I have to see that. I mean, really, yeah, I like being on your show, Miss Sarah. That is so much fun. You guys are awesome. You guys make me laugh so hard. And I mean, like my insides come out sometimes. I swear, the other day, I mean, I couldn't even say anything because you guys were saying a lot. And don't get me wrong, it was great. But I just laughed so hard. I was crying. I couldn't even talk. You guys were making me laugh so hard. My ribs were hurting and everything. Oh my gosh. Space Giants, Rodak returns 13th episode. Oh wow, and I didn't know they had an animated show. I thought it was like all live action. I prefer the live action. Yeah, to me that's great. To me that is unbelievably great. I love that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Just even if it's a clip it, like even a 2 minute thing, that would be great. That would be great, Chance. Yeah, that's right. That's so right, Sarah. You guys were just killing it the other day. I mean, like, really, you guys were killing it. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, like I say, I'm going to be creating a lot more interesting things. I'm just looking at my things. Sometimes I lift my glasses because I can't see. I've got terrible vision. So that's why I'm always like doing this by the, so I could read what you guys are saying, like right now. Yeah, I try to be an awesome person, you know? Some days better than others, but I pretty much am a happy-go-lucky person. I don't let too much bother me. It's like they say, don't sweat the small stuff, only worry about the big picture things. I've been through so much that I can't anymore. I can't and will not. So those are my kind of things I like to do in my spare time, watch documentaries and things, online or see people, doing work. Like I've been watching this woman who cleans up really filthy houses, but she's taught me a lot about how to clean up my own house. So I'm getting tips from her. So I mean, this is great. Free tips. I'm there. And anything educational, I'm there too. Sometimes I'll look how to fix up a sink. I mean, hell, I don't mind getting my hands dirty. There's always soap to clean off with. Ah, thank you there, Miss Jojo. I appreciate you. I love you too, Miss Snarky. You're awesome. It's amazing that you know so much about the monkeys. I love the monkeys. For a long time, I had a big crush on Mickey Dolenz. I thought he was the cutest one. But, what can I say? I like the drummer. So it's funny how you like the monkeys. Try not to, yeah, exactly. Don't do it. It ain't worth the sweat off your, you know what. As I was once told by somebody I used to know, don't let it get you. I mean, really, there's more important things to worry about, death and taxes, okay? I mean, that's the only thing, and live it to your fullest because, you never know how long you get. I mean, my parents were around for a very short time, and I never really got to see them being fuddy-duddy old people. Mom died when she was 56, and that's like a year younger than me. And my dad died about 70, but he died in a nursing home. His health declined so fast. It was really sad. It killed me. So that's why I like reading all your stuff. And I really enjoy you guys. Oh, really cool. Space Giants story, Rodak attacks. Oh, I gotta see that. I gotta see Rodak versus New York City. Now she take out Mets field or not Mets, Yankees. I don't mind the Mets as much as I mind the Yankees. Steinbrenner ruined that one for me. Yes, I'm a Major League Baseball fan, and yes, I'm a Cub fan, and yes, I know we only win like once every 100 years. That's just how it happens. The only thing is, I wish my dad was around to see that game in 2016. Man, he would never believe me. If he came back from wherever he's at, he would not believe me. You know, you see, see, I'm not really much of a Bears fan. I'm not even that much of a college teams fan. I was raised in a college town called Evanston, which is next door to Chicago. That's basically where I grew up. And then as an adult, I moved, back into Chicago and the city proper. Yeah, I love their hot dogs and deep dish pizza. As you could tell, I'm trying to lower my body from eating all that, get rid of the round on my face, because I'm doing this diet thing. I'm doing the Manjaro, and yeah, I really have noticed my appetite has been suppressed a lot, which is good because I'm the kind of person that will just not even think. So I'm trying the best I can on that, and if it goes slow, it goes slow. I'm not going to kill myself over it. But it sure would be nice to take less medicine because I have my diabetes and crap. Yeah, I like Wrigley. Wrigley's my favorite. Yeah, I used to live like 2 miles away from there. So every now and then, my friends and I used to go down to sit on the street, behind the field, and you could still hear all the plays in the game because you could hear the announcements coming off the speakers. So it was almost like going to a free game. But you don't see what happens, you just hear about what happens. So yeah, you were born in White Plains, New York. Wow, that's cool. And yeah, my aunt, my aunt had a New York accent that was so strong, but she lived in like California for over 30, 40 years. And people would ask her, "So, where are you from?" And she'd go, "California." They're like, "No, where are you really from?" California. But she was born in New York. You know, most of us Jewish people were born over there. We came through Ellis Island that way to infest the United States of America before they will close our border. But that's another thing altogether. Again, I'm not going politics on this show. I'm not being woke. I just want to go and be me. And I don't really, I mean, I care, but everything is scary. Everything is scary. Regardless which side you're on, it's scary. It's just scary. You know, all you know is you just want to fend for yourself and your own, and you take care. That's how it happens. So, yep. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, you'll see a lot from me coming up. Like I say, as soon as I learn this StreamYard pretty well, I mean, I'm going to play around with it. But like I said, I kind of went live yesterday, but I was only doing that for a test. I wasn't really online for anything or anybody. But that was nice. I saw JoJo, and that was really cool. I love her, and she knows that. And VNA knows I love her. I've known them for a long time. And same with a lot of other people who come on here, like Tug. I've known him for a while too. And yeah, like I said, all of you guys got me through that COVID really well because, like I said, you couldn't go out, you couldn't socialize. So the only way you could socialize is here on YouTube or on Facebook or on um, Zoom, or one of those now face calls you can make. But yeah, I just could not deal with being by myself, and now I have friends around the world, even friends from Australia and friends from Britain, and I've always had friends from Britain, but I mean, it's kind of funny that I've made friends of these people from Australia who watched this one show, who actually they got to see it first. It was a show in Australia, and it was really cool. It was yeah. Um, it was called Wentworth. The new show was called Wentworth, but the original series was Prisoner Cell Block H, and it was shown here in America up to a certain point. But I got to see all those shows, and those were actually my favorite shows from a long time ago, growing up in my teens. And they used to air those on WGN back home at 12:30 at midnight. My parents would let me stay up, or they'd let me Betamax copy it. We didn't have cable, but we had Betamax. So long story short is I would, watch that show, when I can, and I really love that show. And then they have a new show called Wentworth, and that took place early, like 2013, just up till like about 2017, 2018, where things kind of simmered down. But long story short, it's about a prison and women in prison. It was basically a soap opera first. So I made friends with these two guys, and they're so funny. And so, yeah, they live in Adelaide, Southwest Australia. So it's pretty cool there. And yeah, the thing I miss about New York, though, to be honest with you, I'm reading all of you guys. And the thing I really, really miss about them. Hey, Keebler, how are you, sweetie? I hope you're doing good. And I miss the pretzels. The pretzels and chestnuts on the street. Man, those pretzels are delicious. You can't find them anywhere but New York. And the mustard, too. The mustard is delicious. Alice. So- yes, I watched Alice all the time because she came on after Archie Bunker. And that was on Saturday nights back on CBS on good old Channel 2, WBBM Chicago. Yes. So, yeah, no sugarcoating. I like your title. It's cute. It's really cute. Yeah, I like you guys. Funny. You make me laugh, put a smile on my face. I mean, I'm here, and yes, I have my husband, and we do okay. But it's like you see the same person all the time. I'm sure he feels that way about me too. It goes both ways. So I'm not like that. So we do what we do, and us and our small dog. We used to have 2 dogs, up till, like, September when we had to put our pug mix down, and that was a really sad day, and I had to make the call because he was crying, and he had a slipped disc and all this, and it could not be repaired, and he was getting worse and worse, and he was yelling like, "Oh," that kinda yelling, and, in the house and everything, and it was just a sad thing, but I wish we had him back again because we used to have 2 dogs, now we're down to 1, and she's a black Chihuahua. She's a big Chihuahua. I think she's mixed with some sort of a rat terrier or some sort of a terrier kind of dog. Um, yeah, so she does her good. She's like about 12, 13 pounds worth. So like I say, she's not true 100% Chihuahua, but she does her good stuff. The Jeffersons, yeah, I used to watch that. My parents used to watch 60 Minutes. I thought that was boring back in the day. I was kind of young, but I find them really interesting now. But yeah, yeah, I like watching Alice. I like watching the Bunkers and the Jeffersons too. And I think there was one more show they had on, but I don't think it was long lived. I remember that Jeffersons used to have a show with their maid. Their maid, Flo, Florence was on there. She had her own show, One Day at a Time. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I love that show. I like the one where Julie runs away. That's probably about my favorite one. Oh yeah, I used to watch 227. That was good. That was really good. No, this was before 227. I think it was about her running a hotel. Very short-lived show, and it was an offshoot of the Jeffersons. But I forgot what it was called. Hey, first in Hollywood. Well, okay. You take it easy, Miss Jojo. You be careful up there. Keep warm. What times was Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly, Chance. Except they kind of, they kind of had a show. I think, yeah, where she was like running a hotel and she didn't know how to do it. But like I say, it was very short lived. Um, but yeah, I understand that. So, I mean, that's what I remember. Florida Evans, yeah. And I remember when she was on Maude. And when the Maude series came along, that's how I remember, um, the Good Times cast, or at least 2 of them. The husband and wife team. Yeah, yeah, I remember them from being on Maude. And yeah, and being Florida Evans. And then they sort of turned them into sort of a hybrid family with, 3 other kids. You got the youngest, Michael, and he's like a kind of like a child prodigy kind of a guy, and he's also, into civil rights and all that. And then their sister, who's just a cute, pretty one, and but she stands up for herself pretty well. And then, of course, the oldest being JJ, and he's nuts altogether. But yeah, that was a good show. I used to watch Good Times all the time. Uh, yeah, they both were. They both were. They both were. You got it right, Snark. You hit the nail on the barrelhead. Definitely. Yep. As Chan says, you got it correct. You win a stuffed bear to be sent to you at a later time. Big stuffed bear. Exactly. Dynamite. Yeah, but I love that show. They have one episode, and I swear to God, you guys have to see it. The show is entitled, and I think it was during the first season, it was called Black Jesus. That one had me in stitches. I was laughing so hard, my insides were out. I was crying. Tears were just coming down my face. That one was the funniest one I've ever seen in my life. And you guys have to see it. If you catch Good Times anywhere on your TV channels or whatever, you got to see at least that episode. That was my favorite. Yep, Black Jesus. That one was great. Yeah, exactly. A goldfish in a plastic bag with water. Exactly. I remember those games. They don't even have those kind of fun games anymore. They don't even have fairs like that anymore. I mean, if they had that here, I'd want to go. Even if I didn't, play all the games and go on all the rides. It's just fun to be in a place that has a lot of colors in the night and it's lit and people are having a good time. That's just what means a lot to me. Happy things because we got too many sad, crazy things going on now. But yeah, so I think I hit a little over my 1 hour timeline, but I hope to see you guys very soon. I really appreciate for all of you spending your time or at least a piece of your night with me. I always recommend that you hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I'm growing it and I don't mind if I'm growing it slowly. That's fine with me. I enjoy you folks. I enjoy you folks a lot. You're like my second family now. So just letting you know that. And yeah, so that's basically what's going on. You guys have a great night. You stay warm, get enough stuff to drink, hot or cold, whatever suits your needs. And I'll talk to you later. Toodles.